and I fooled around with different things for antennas. And I'd ride around on my bicycle and see how far I could hear it, and see if I could improve it. And I'd get all the way across the neighborhood, and here come this slot bucket stuff, you know. So I started early disliking that mode. That's pretty funny. Well, I was on here in 86, 87, 88, 89 during that cycle on 10 a.m. and worked all the guys from back then. And had a whole lot of fun here. And then last time, I really didn't put any effort into it. So I was on here, but the antenna I had was an extreme disrepair. One of the only guys I did work the last cycle was VK2BA. If you look at his log, I'm on there. I was actually in the garage testing an amplifier and worked him. That's about the only guy I did work. And I think my antenna was done after that. It was pretty interesting piece of gear. Anyway, back to you. We'll see how it's holding up. This is great. G3YPZ from W2VW. Possibly drop off, and you don't know. But the call sounds familiar. I'm trying to think if that's somebody I know from the Wayne band, but not sure. UPC. Well, I made a note here. Anyway, yeah, familiar with the concept of tweaking the local oscillator in a medium wave set. I did the same thing. I had one of those Grundig receivers that's half a block long, one of those really wide ones that fit in a console. And I had two of them. The one that I had 160 on it, which is what gave me the idea to hack the other one over to 160. And yeah, I still remember listening to the guys on AM on there, and one guy had a vertical and an inverted V, and he was switching back and forth, and when he got on the vertical, you couldn't hear him. The inverted V just had a completely rock-crushing signal, and I thought to myself, well, someday I'm going to get an inverted V. You know, took out the paper and figured it out. Well, wait a minute, this thing is huge for this band. I finally did have a full-size 160 antenna for a very brief period of time, but since then, since I've been here, I have not been able to put up anything that large, but still get on there. Well, let's see. Yeah, you're right about the casual listener not being able to come across ham radio. There's a lot of stories about that. A lot of guys used to listen to the Timtron's the Piss and Moan net. I don't know if you've ever heard that, but it was kind of born out of the use of the word net by rag chewers, who would just try to reserve a spot on a dial so that they could rag chew, and they would call it something, some kind of a net, you know, to feign importance or whatever, so that everybody would move out of their way, I guess. Well, anyway, as a form of backlash, Timtron came out with the Piss and Moan net, which, of course, you have to complain about stuff, but nothing to do with radio. And that was a fun net. You know, a lot of people I know got started on AM here in the States from listening to that on shortwave. I can think of a few notable people. And I tried to revive it a couple of years back, but this was met with a little resistance from some people, so he just decided to give up, which I think is a real shame. Because that's a lot more fun than the activity that those other people are partaking in. Hey, now I've had several different calls. This is my 5th amateur call, and if you would have worked me on here, it probably would have been with a call I got in 1986, which was KB2 APE. Excuse me, KB2 8 Alpha Papa Echo, and I later was W2 8, and I got tired of filling in the suffix for people. Everybody knew I would work would say, give me the suffix again. It was really weird. Finally, I'm going to get a W with a 1x2, and I looked carefully and got this one. It really was somewhat lucky to be able to get this call. Back in the 70s, I was WN2ZJI and WB2ZJI, the classic call, and that was a reissue when I got it. I thought of going back to that call, but didn't. Anyway. Yeah, last time, I remember you from earlier, but I can't remember if it was 1 or 2 cycles ago, and I may have worked you last cycle, but I was using an 80-meter doublet with no lobe anyplace. Believe it or not, yesterday I found out where this thing has a lobe. It's got a lobe into Brazil, of all places, on 10 meters. First time ever I heard somebody better on 10-meter AM than with the... anyway, yesterday I was in Brazil, and I just happened to get up here and came across really quickly. And it's nice to know the thing works. I've got a lot of local QSP, especially late in the day. There's some very, very nasty power lines here. When it rains, the noise goes away. I've been complaining about this for 2 months. I don't do anything about it. But the wiring kind of doesn't pick up any of it. Pretty interesting. Okay? Back to you, John. More like, but I'm going to take a break here.